Hi, Jen here, and in this video, I'm going to break down some examples of, what it looks like from a victim state and what it looks like from a responsible mindset. Okay, and so if you didn't see the previous video, go back and watch it because I break down the 4 levels of responsibility, and I've also done other videos on the 4 levels of consciousness, spiritual consciousness, and they're very similar. Um, Taught a little bit differently and in different verbiage, but very, very similar. So I encourage you to watch those too, because that may resonate with you in a different way and maybe a deeper way. But basically, victim consciousness is it's the lowest frequency of spiritual consciousness, and it's the lowest level of responsibility, which is not being responsible for anything in your life. And it's when people are living in that place, and I have certainly been there, and I can go into that any day in a situation. It's sometimes easy to want to just blame something else for the thing that's not going right? So, but it's giving your power away. So you release all responsibility when you place blame on something or someone else, and you've given your power away. You've given your authority away, and so to take that back requires being responsible. And so, some examples of like victim consciousness, victim mentality would be, someone who has the feeling of lack, like there's not enough to go around, scarcity mindset, lack mentality, there's not enough, right? And also living from a place of like, if this happens, it's up to someone else to do it. This is up to you, this is up to you, it's not my responsibility, this is up to you, it's up to someone else. Also living from a place of wishing, hoping, wanting is more victim than being responsible. And also I'll say, like, when we say we want something, we wish for something, we hope for something, we're telling our subconscious mind that we don't have it, right? So it actually is coming from a place of lack. And when we're in that state, when we're in a lack mentality or a state of scarcity, that creates kind of this striving and grasping and clinging. And that energy creates a resistance to the thing that we want or we hope for or we wish for. So we hear those terms a lot and don't really think anything of them. But there is an energy behind it that's saying, I don't have that, therefore I'm lacking it. And it creates this resistance and almost like pushes that thing away. Okay. And so I'll talk about how we can reframe that as well. Also, when we're acting from a sense of duty, obligation, burden, like I have to do this, I have to go do this thing, I need to do this thing. So our words matter a lot. So I even teach my clients this, like, instead of saying I have to go to this meeting or I need to go to the gym, just switch a word and say I get to, I choose to, because that is coming from a place of power, right? Rather than victim. It literally changes the entire energy and frequency of the sentence. When we're operating from a place of fear, that's victim. And that is, that tends to be the way the world is a lot right now. And so many people acting, living from that low frequency of fear and anxiety. And it's ultimately a victim mentality, okay? Believing you don't matter, or feeling unworthy, or undeserving, or worried about what other people are going to think. So people pleasing, not speaking up for yourself, not saying what's on your mind, not using your voice, hiding, playing small. All of those are elements of victim, and they are things that I have struggled with big time. Like, being in leadership and transformation is like, those elements have been my work is to stop hiding, to stop playing small, to use my voice, to release the need to please other people, and at my expense, right? Not honoring my yeses and nos and not speaking my truth. Like, those are all things that I have been working through and continue to work through. And it is a part of this victim mentality and not being responsible, saying that they made me do it, or it's, they're to blame, or this can't happen, this isn't possible. All of this like limited thinking is very much victim. Okay, so what does it look like to be responsible? So to be responsible is operating from a place of power. And when we look at the 4 levels of spiritual consciousness, this is more aligned with life is happening for me, life is happening through me, life is happening as me, like God is literally working through and as me, right? And that living from that place is pure faith, pure trust, pure non-attachment to the outcome. And that's powerful. That is incredibly powerful. So being responsible is saying that I am source. I am source. I can do this. I can be this. I choose this, right? There is always enough. It's being and living in an abundance mindset. There's plenty to go around. There's always enough. All is well. All of my needs are met. It's it's living from a place of acceptance and forgiveness and love and compassion, these high frequency, high vibrational states. And it's believing that you do matter, that you're worthy, that you're deserving, that your vote counts, that you have a choice, that you get to do whatever it is that you're choosing to do, right? And that anything is possible. So I invite you to maybe journal, take a couple minutes and journal, like, where are you living from a place of victim? Where are you being responsible in your life? Maybe there's some areas in your life where you are being responsible. And I would encourage you, you could even break it down into different aspects of your life, your relationships, your career, your livelihood, your finances, your health, your spiritual practice, and evaluate yourself. And then no judgment, again, no judgment, and just pure honesty. And then start to look at where do you get to shift and what does that look like? You know, who do you get to be to shift out of a place of victim, whether it's you're in a lot of fear or you're doing things out of obligation and things feel like a burden to you. Like, what does that look like to shift and change? Maybe it's using your voice. Maybe it's, you know, being honest, like saying no when you mean no and yes when you mean yes, right? And releasing resentment and anger. So whatever it is for you, but take a few minutes to journal and just like bring awareness to this and evaluate where you choose to shift, where you get to shift. And if you're wanting support with this and really diving deeper into some of these underlying beliefs and patterns that that get to be kind of reprogrammed, because it is a reprogramming, then I invite you to reach out, comment below, like this video, and you can also find me on my website and contact me through there if you're wanting extra support through coaching, or we can talk about what that would look like for you. I found breathwork to be incredibly powerful at reprogramming some of these subconscious patterns that shape a lot of how we're showing up, and we get to shift that. So like this video, comment below what landed for you, what really spoke to you, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye.